We're going to bring them up here one by one. We're going to bring up Kelly Thewlis, all the way from Los Angeles. Kelly!
Hi, everybody. Hi. Guys, thank you so much for coming out here. Hi. Yeah, guys, so my name's Kelly Thewlis. When I thought about my life in the future, I always knew I was going to make it into the 1%. You know, I always thought that 1% would be referring to my income level, and not the 1% of women to get pregnant with an IUD in. That's right. 1 month ago, I gave birth to a beautiful 7-pound, 15-ounce accident. For those of you who don't know what the IUD is, or for those of you who do know and you're just like silently panicking, the IUD, it's currently the most reliable form of birth control on the market, so they tell me anyways. It's 99% effective. My doctor tells me it's more likely for you to get pregnant once your tubes have been tied than for you to get pregnant with this in. Crazy. So I had a lot of friends, once I found out, come up to me and be like, hey, you're gonna get that taken care of, right? You're gonna get the growth removed, the tenant evicted. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I didn't consider it, but the way I thought about it, this baby already survived the IUD. It clearly has more goals and ambitions than I have ever had. Just see where things go. Get crazy. I also had a lot of friends who don't come to my comedy shows, by the way. They came up to me when I was pregnant and they were like, oh my God, you're going to have a baby. Oh, you're going to be so funny now? You're going to be so funny now. Because that's exactly what my comedy's been missing this whole time. A child to make fun of. A lot in my life has changed in the last couple months. As a woman, you can always tell that your life has changed significantly just by looking in the contents of your purse, right? And my purse, it used to just be full of condom wrappers and bar receipts. Now it's just Pampers coupons and bar receipts. I'm joking, of course. I wasn't using condoms. Clearly. Speaking of awkward, my parents are here tonight. Yeah. They've never seen me perform comedy before. It's the first time they've had a chance to do it. Yeah. Because like every Midwest parents, it wasn't until I gave them a grandchild that they actually loved me. They're the best parents in the world. They haven't been able to see me perform before because up until recently I was living in Los Angeles. And I'm so happy to be back. There are some things about LA that I've missed. I miss my neighborhood mostly. It was a classy neighborhood I was living in. You can always tell a neighborhood is classy when there's cash for gold businesses everywhere. Guys, I was living in a neighborhood where people had gold. Or they had it, really. But now they have cash, so classy still, right? So classy. Yeah, it was all strip malls and strip clubs as far as the eye can see in that neighborhood, which are all beautiful things, but not for me, so here I am. I've been with my boyfriend for a year, which is not a particularly long time to be in this situation. But we've actually known each other for years. We went to prom together. We're the cutest, right? We're so cute. We're cuter than a basket of kittens on a summer's day if those kittens are a result of a failed birth control attempt. Yeah, we're so cute. He's wonderful. He's amazing. And the only thing that kind of sucks is that now we're just I'm just another girl who got knocked out by her prom date, you know? I mean, it was 15 years after the fact, but still, we're cliches. Nobody, since we're not married, nobody really knows what to refer to us as, you know? Obviously, our relationship has escalated quite significantly beyond boyfriend-girlfriend, but we're also not husband-wife yet because we're not married. So, what do you do? I was calling him my partner before, and I thought that kind of covered it, but it got confusing for some people because then they thought I was a lesbian. Now, I don't care if people think I'm a lesbian. It's 2018. Like, nobody cares. But I do care that people thought I was a lesbian with an unplanned pregnancy. Because that meant they either thought I was cheating on my girlfriend, or it was a miracle. The new holy family, Jesus, Mary, and Mary. Why are all the women in the New Testament married? It doesn't make any sense. Because we haven't been dating that long, there are a lot of things that, we didn't really get to discuss before this, like religion, for example. I mean, are we going to raise our child religious? We haven't had that talk yet. For one, I was raised Catholic. I went to Catholic school growing up, and I still believe in that grading system. I'm what's considered a D- Catholic. I don't go to church all that often. There's fundamental things that I take issue with. And then every year for Lent, I say I'm going to give up something to just bring me closer to God, but it's just to bring me closer to my goal weight. I gave up carbs this year for Lent, you guys. Carbs. Oh, and it got so awkward too at communion time when the priest was like, "This is the bread of life." And I was like, "Oh, no, thank you. None for me, please." I gave up all bread for Jesus, and that includes Jesus bread. Yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about one of the original stories, Adam and Eve. Thinking a lot about that one recently. All right, so Eve ate an apple. God said, "Don't eat it." Eve ate it, and then he punished her and all womankind with the experience of childbirth, the pain and responsibility of childbirth. Having just gone through that myself, I gotta say the crime does not fit the punishment. Doesn't quite add up right. And all womankind? All womankind. That's what blows my mind too. Why not just her? Why not even just humans? I'd be fine with that. Why all womankind? What did the humpback whales do? You know how big a humpback whale is? What they do? What about the mama giraffes? Giraffes, when they're born, they can already run. Can you imagine that hoofed thing kicking you from inside? What did she do? She didn't get an apple. She would have probably loved an apple. It's God's fault too, really. It is, because He created the universe in a week, but then He waited millenniums to come out with junk food. If He just would have come out with that much sooner, this wouldn't even have been an issue. That snake would have just been like, "Okay, Eve, so I've got this apple, which is going to give you all the cosmic and infinite knowledge of the life itself. Or I have this little Debbie cosmic brownie. It has no cosmic abilities whatsoever, but it's chocolatey, and it's got sprinkles, and enough preservatives to outlast the universe." So, and you know what? You know what Eve would say? What she would do just what every single one of you would do. She would look at those and go, "Oh, I know I should have the apple." But it's after 5 on a Saturday, which is practically Sunday, and that's my cheat day, so just come on over here. We would all do that. You know how I know that? This place serves salads. How many of you had a salad today? Yeah, that's what I thought. Exactly what I thought. It was a crisp September day in Los Angeles when I found out I was pregnant. And I went there because everything hurt and I was dying. Very convinced of that. So I go into the doctor, and the doctor informs me that it's quite the opposite, actually. I'm not losing life, I'm giving life. And I'm pregnant. And she looks at me and she just goes, "From now on, your life is forever changed. You are going to want to write this date down. You are going to want to remember it for the rest of your life. You're never going to want to forget. The date today is September 11th. Oh, never forget, shall we? Never forget. This is my first time being back on stage since giving birth. Like I said, it was just a month ago, and it's really good to be back doing comedy. It was so strange. I was doing comedy all the way up through the pregnancy, and it was so weird doing it because I was the only one who could get heckled by someone who wasn't even born yet. It was the weirdest experience. Guys, thank you so much for being here.